Okay, so I'm just heading into work Sunday afternoon. Made some promises that I'd have some stuff ready for Monday. So I'm almost out a week. So unless I go in today and do it, won't happen for Monday. So I just thought I'd do a little video of my drive to work here. It takes me about half an hour to drive to my work from where I live. So I rigged up a dash cam. I'm not sure it's going to survive the whole trip, but we'll see. Oh, just accidentally turned on the radio. So what I did is I've got my iPhone, I've duct taped it to the middle of my dashboard. So my son just came home as I was leaving. I showed it to him and he said, "Oh yeah, redneck dash cam." And I said, "Absolutely. There's always a redneck solution for everything." It's like red-green there. I don't know if anybody saw the red-green show, but so Red Green used to say you can tell quality of a man's craftsmanship by the way he uses his duct tape or something like that. So I'm just heading out the highway now. This is the main highway through the Okanagan Valley. This is Highway 97 South. So a lot of the drive here, you're looking at the lake or down by the lake. This is Okanagan Lake. It's a lake here. It's about 80 miles long. It's a beautiful lake. It's about a mile wide at the widest spot. The summertime there, if you usually get to work earlier in the summertime, a lot of times I'll be on the road 6 o'clock in the morning. It's just a beautiful drive in the morning. The sun's just coming up. The lake's nice and calm. It's nice and peaceful. It's one thing about a commute. If your commute's not too stressful, or it gives you a chance to kind of collect your thoughts before you get to work and kind of prepare for your day better. It's hard to do that though when you're fighting traffic. When I used to work at our other office, the traffic was a lot heavier, so you don't have much of a chance to daydream when you're on your way to work. Well, you can, but a good chance you'll risk a collision. So this is just driving through the little town I live in. It's kind of split by the highway. There's the lower part of town on my left, and the upper part here is on the right. It's kind of a dreary day here. It's temperature is 2 degrees centigrade, overcast. Kind of a gloomy day, but actually not too bad for January. It's a lot better than the winter we had last year. Had tons of snow last year. The winter started right at the beginning of November and lasted all the way to I think March. Been quite a few years since I'd shoveled that much snow in my driveway. Excuse me. So this year I've only had to shovel it once, so I'm pretty happy about that. I should know there wouldn't be much snow this year. After last year, I was really thinking about buying a snowblower this year. A couple of my neighbors have got snowblowers and they always like to rub it in. They wait till I've got the driveway half shoveled, then they come out with their snowblowers and clean their driveways out in about 5 minutes. They never offered to come over and do mine, mind you. But so I thought, well, I'm going to get my own. But unfortunately, I didn't, because so far, touch wood, there's no snow to speak of. There's definitely snow up higher. If you can see the horizon there, the snow line's just up a few hundred feet off the bottom of the valley. So if you go up to the ski hills and stuff like that, there's tons of snow up there right now. Up off the main highway to Vancouver from here to Skokohala, there's quite a bit of snow up there too. So in my opinion, that's where the snow belongs, is up in the hills. So this part of the drive, we're right down by the lake now. We're right basically at lake level. There's a new development there on the right. Some condos or something going in there. They'll have a nice view of the lake, but they're going to be hideously overpriced. Last spring we had very high water. The lake was the highest it's been in years. They came to a point where they couldn't let any more water out because they were starting to flood down south. The Okanagan River goes down into Washington State. Eventually it works its way to Columbia. It ties into another river. I can't remember which the name of that one is. But anyways, the lake was really high, and we had some really bad storms where the waves got quite high and washed away a lot of the shoreline here. So they had to come back in after the water had receded and put a bunch of rocks and stuff all along the stretch. Came home one evening after work, and parts of the road were basically washed out, so they had to save the road and put in a bunch of big rocks and repave the road in this stretch. So this road has been shut down a few times due to various reasons, and it's just basically the valley almost grinds to a halt, as it's the only route through the valley. You can do a detour around the lake, but it's a few hours no matter which route you take. Our maximum 70. All our speed limits here are kilometers per hour, so that's about 45 miles an hour, 42 miles an hour. So Chinese restaurant on the right there, that's a really good Chinese food there, a popular spot for takeout. Love Chinese food, but of course, like everything else, you get older there, everything gives you heartburn, so you gotta, one thing I found about getting older, you gotta somehow you got to learn to moderation. It's very difficult. I don't like it. But yes, on the left here is a little beach here. It's very popular in the summertime. People come by here in the evening. There's people all over the place laying on the beach and picnicking and stuff like that. So just starting to climb up away from the lake. So this stretch of the highway here is still 2 lanes. It's a real bottleneck in the summertime because we've got thousands and thousands of cars going through here in the day. This is about the last 2-lane stretch of Highway 97 north of Penticton anyways. So they've been threatening for years and years to 4-lane it, but every time they come up with a plan there, it's got to get studied to death. So currently, I don't think they have a plan to 4-lane this. Hopefully they come up with something soon because like I say, the traffic's just unbelievably heavy in the summertime. The last plan they had, they may take the road up high above us to my right up in the hills there and then link it in with the Coquihalla Highway. So then you basically bypass this whole stretch here. Driving out for a Sunday afternoon, not too much. Tomorrow morning there'll be lots of people. I usually leave work about 6-ish there. Lots of people commuting north and lots of people commuting south. Seems like you never end up living where you actually work around here. You always end up commuting to a different city or a different area. So if anybody watched that video I posted on the forest fire, this area to my right is where the fire came down. See some burnt stuff there, and it actually jumped the road here. And to my left down by the lake, there's quite a few houses down there. I guesstimate there's 50 to 75 houses down there. Those are the ones that were really threatened by the fire. There's a winery here to my left. The fire came across the road here too, burnt all around that radio tower. Got a ways down the hill before they were able to catch it. To my left, it's called Red Ranch Winery. This used to be an old sat vacant for years and years, and then somebody bought it and turned it into a winery. It's getting to be quite a big industry here in the Okanagan Valley. There's wineries all over the place. So straight ahead of me here, this guy's house is up on the rock there. He had fire all around him. So he was lucky the fire trucks were able to get up there. They camped right in his yard and they saved his house. But if you look at that hill, the fire burned 360 degrees around his little house. And on the left here, this is a little fruit stand. It's only open during the summer, so they sell fruit and ice cream and all kinds of stuff. Drinks. Quite a popular stop for tourists in the summertime. Pull in there, have a little break, have a drink, whatever. Not too much to see along this stretch. Once in a while the rocks give way and come down the hill. That's why they've got that chain link on there to try and slow the rocks down. You come to work some mornings, there'll be rocks lying in the middle of the highway there. You've got to kind of drive around. It doesn't happen too often, but if it's a big enough chunk breaks off, it'll end up on the road. Up on the left here, there's a guest house there. That's pretty popular in the summertime. I don't really know too much about it, but I know they've had a couple of movies filmed there too. A couple of times in the summer, and then actually in November, I think it was, they had a production. Trailers and everything down to my left, they're all set up. I think they made a couple of movies for the Hallmark Channel. And made for TV movies. So I don't get the Hallmark Channel, so no idea what they're about. This area we're passing through here, and a lot of times when I come here, usually in the evening, you'll see mountain goats up on these hills above us. There's a little herd of mountain goats lives up there somewhere. You don't usually see them at this time of the year. They kind of migrate to a different spot. But in the summertime, they're up in those hills grazing. I think the herd's about 30 or 40. It's actually it's kind of neat there. Sometimes people just pull over and film them. Do that in the spring when they show up again. We had that fire. We're kind of worried. There are a lot of people worried that it might affect the goat herd, but a few weeks after the fire, they all seemed to have survived. So, which was nice to see. Coming into the little town of Summerland. It's against another little town here. The road basically goes through the middle of the town. You've got half the town on the right and half the town on the left. So quite the town is down by the lake there. It's quite nice down there in the summertime. There's a hotel down there. It's always booked in the summer. To my left, there's another winery up there. $8 case sale. Cases are getting cheaper. That was $98 before Christmas. So I don't know if that means the wine's not aging well or what that means. It's probably good wine. Never tried it, but it's probably fine. Petro-Canada gas station to the right there. That used to be our nationalized gas station. I don't think it's a Crown Corporation anymore. I think it's private. It's from another era when another Liberal government was in power. They decided that we should have gas stations owned by the government. It's another socialist idea that didn't work out. One of many. That's a good faux noodle spot there. I love Vietnamese noodles. That's a really good spot there. Not sure if they're open yet though. They usually take off in the winter time and go back to Vietnam. So if you're in Summerland, definitely recommend faux Vietnamese noodles. We're heading back down towards the lake, and the rest of our journey will be basically along the side of the lake. This is quite a steep hill there. This can be quite diddly in the winter time there. There's some hitchhikers all bundled up. Sorry folks, no riders. Back down at lake level again. So we're just heading into another little community. This is called Trout Creek. It's actually part of Summerland. It's not its own individual municipality or village, whatever you want to call it. But it is kind of a distinct area of Summerland. That's a campground on the left. Sort of is a campground, but now it's all year-round trailers in there. People park their trailers in there and they never leave. There's a bunch of them in there that you live year-round in them. Actually, probably the majority of them now live in there year-round. So if I was to go up to my right here, there's quite a few wineries up on the bench there. Call it the Bottleneck Drive or something like that. So we've taken about, I don't know, at least half a dozen wineries up there. There's another little winery to my left here. Low production winery. It's been there a few years now. I want to say it's been there about 5 years, something like that. Yeah, there's a fruit stand to my left. Summertime, that's a bustling place. Lots of tourists drive through there in the summertime and they all want to stop and get fresh fruit. It's before we came famous for our wineries. The Okanagan Valley was famous for fruit. There's an orchard on my right. Used to grow all kinds of fruit here. Well, they still do, but slowly the wine industry seems to be edging out the fruit industry. There seems to be a little bit better market for the wine and the fruit. The problem with the fruit growers here, they have to compete with the growers in Washington State, and the the scale of the industry in Washington State is, I don't know, it's 50 times bigger, 100 times bigger than it is here. So a lot of the guys struggle here to get decent pricing for their fruit. So on my left here, this is Sunoco Beach. There's another really popular spot in the summertime. It's a really nice sandy beach. People pull their boats up on the beach, or they anchor their boats off the beach there. Hang around all day. Past this guy in the minivan here, he's being just a little too extra cautious for me. Of course, every time guys like this, every time you go to pass them, they decide they want to speed up. So he's barely creeping along. Now I go to pass and I got my pedal in the middle. I find that very annoying. Yeah, this is a little provincial campground to my left. These little campgrounds, they're just day campgrounds. You can't actually stay overnight in them. They lock the gate at night. But during the day, they're open. You can stop in there. There's picnic tables and washrooms. Take a break, have lunch, whatever. It's quite nice. There's a few of them along here. They've all got nice beaches, good facilities. To the right, that's where our gun range is up there, or the gun range that I'm a member of anyways. He's gonna do some gun shooting videos, but YouTube seems to frown on that now, so. The tech overlords have decreed that guns are bad, I guess, so. So now we're seeing Penticton straight ahead, off to your left. It's the sleepy little town I work in. A lot of retired people live in this town. It used to be quite an affordable area, but it's few years, the housing prices have just gone through the roof, like just about everywhere else in the Okanagan Valley. So a lot of the seniors are getting squeezed out. It's kind of sad. Truck stop on the right. Guys can pull in there, have a break. They're allowed to sleep overnight in there. Horse trailer in front of me here. I don't know if he's got any horses in there or not, but it's kind of cold for the horses. There's billboards on the right. We've got lots of those here. You're not allowed to put them on private land, but this is all native land, First Nations land to the right here, so they're able to do it. This development that's on both sides of the road here, we're kind of driving through the center of it. This is all on First Nations land. So the people that buy these places, they get, I think it's either a 25 or a 30-year lease. So the development to my left, that was the first part, so their leases have actually started to come up. So not sure what the lease payments increased to, but I think it was quite significant. It's the only problem about building your house on any kind of leased land. It's fine if you're gone before the lease comes up. Yeah, there's a little golf practice facility to the right. Docks Golf Center. That's been there for years. That's also on native land. Here's the Penticton Channel. So that's the Okanagan River there we just drove over. And it's heading down south towards Washington State. This used to be all oxbows through here, but excuse me, I think in the 40s or 50s they straightened it all out and made it into a channel because they used to have flooding problems. So they decided to alter the course of the river. Back in those days, they just did stuff like that. They obviously wouldn't be doing that these days, but back then, if there was a problem, they just got to it and solved it. Off to my right, this is the Penticton Golf and Country Club. It's about the only decent golf course in Penticton. And it wouldn't be unusual for somebody to be out golfing on a day like this, but I guess there's not. And to my left, we're just passing the casino. So, you know, if you're coming home or driving through here and you've got any excess money you want to get rid of, the casino is more than happy to take it from you. Actually, they have a pretty good buffet in there, though. It's quite reasonable. Go in there for lunch once in a while. Just passed by a Canadian Tire on the left. It's from the US. The Canadian Tire is a chain from coast to coast. Kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's not just tires, but it's hardware. Not quite on the scale of Walmart, but they've got quite a few stores. They were talking about opening up in the US a few years ago. I think that kind of fizzled out, though. It's got to get into this lane here. Another Sunday driver. So we're going over the railroad bridge to nowhere. There used to be a railroad went through here, but they ripped out the line years ago. The Kettle Valley Railroad. It's been discontinued. My camera's starting to sag a bit. I just noticed that. Guess the duct tape was giving out. I just noticed the picture was showing more dashboard of the windshield. Okay, so now we just got to turn off here. This is the Channel Parkway we were on. Off to my left, that's Tim Hortons. It's the greatest coffee chain in the world. You'll never meet a single Canadian, I don't think, that hasn't had a Tim Hortons coffee. So now we're just getting into the area of Penticton. Here's kind of an industrial area here. And this is an RV place. So much of those Airstream trailers. Somebody was telling me that the bigger Airstream now is like $100,000 or something like that. Turned the radio on again by mistake. There's no Dodge diesel. Used to have one just like that. The truck basically falls apart, but the motor's still going. I think you can get easily 1,000,000 kilometers on one of those motors. There's Starbucks on the right. Just opened that about a year ago. That place is just packed there. I think they open at 4:30 in the morning, and Every morning when I drive by here, it's just packed. People going through the drive-through. Personally, I don't like Starbucks coffee. To me, it's got way more caffeine in it than other brands. People swear that it's they don't do anything to it, but every time I have a large Starbucks coffee, I can definitely feel it later on. There's quite a bit of traffic in this area for today. Stupid radio keeps wanting to come on. I'm steadying the camera with my hand, so I'm probably pushing something on the screen. And that to our right, that's ICBC. That's our provincially run insurance monopoly. And it takes the government to run a monopoly. They lost $1 billion last year, if you can believe that. So they're on track to be close to that this year. Okay, I'm basically where I gotta go, so I'm just gonna shut this off. 32 minutes, so that's the extent of my commute.